diagnosed in 2009, the age of 50. I'm now 65. Before I had Parkinson's, I was in very good health, and I took the good health for granted. I felt invincible. I flew airplanes and made some long trips. The only thing wrong with me was that I needed glasses. I couldn't see the biggest letter in the optician's chart, and that bothered me. But there was more to come. I found that my writing was very small and cramped, and I couldn't move my arm up fast. I can do it fast now, but I was doing this. And I was seeing an orthopedic surgeon about my shoulder, which I'd injured. And he said, that's not normal, which I didn't find very helpful. I said, what's wrong with it? He said, I can't tell you. You're an orthopedic surgeon. You need to see a friend of mine who's a consultant, and he will tell you. So I had a worry and managed to arrange an appointment the next day with Dr. Charles Cockerell, who was just brilliant. He said straight away, you have Parkinson's. That caused my world to collapse. My uncle had Parkinson's, and he was not in a good way. He was not one with the approach that I've got to it. He let it dominate him rather than try and dominate it. My blood pressure went through the floor, and I couldn't stand. But I quickly recovered, and I found myself being jokey with the nurse. And it really surprised me that I'd had such bad news, and yet I was able to relax and see the light side of it. The light side of it was only that I could stand. I outwardly accepted the diagnosis for myself. The shock of that made my symptoms worse. Over the next few days, I couldn't work for 3 weeks. The medication was fantastic. It worked within a day or two, and I was much better. I could move my arm, and my writing was the same, but eventually that recovered too. That medication is still working 15 years later. It's remarkable. When people think about people with Parkinson's, they think about frailty and terrible symptoms that disable a person completely. I try very hard not to be one of those. It's not a choice. If it's severe enough, it will disable all the time, or most of the time. But that's not the case with me. I was determined to do everything I could to find out how I could keep symptoms at bay. And that involved experimenting with ideas. And I've read a lot. It's dangerous to read too much because you end up thinking you'll get the worst of the worst. And you don't. I found that if I put lines on the floor, I could use them to pace the walking. And that normally worked. Then I came across the Strider glasses. I was a bit skeptical about them to start with, because they produced a line, but it wasn't on the floor. I wanted something to project a line wherever I walked. But that's not possible outside, especially. And I wasn't able to achieve it properly inside either. But this line that the glasses have is something that works on the same principle as the lines on the floor. When you put the glasses on and they work, you can't see why they work. There's no connection between a line up in your top left vision and you're being able to walk. That's the thing I found most difficult about the glasses. But you don't have to understand how a car works to drive it. You can put the glasses on and they're likely to make a difference. They don't work for everybody, but they have worked for me. They don't work all the time for me because it depends what's causing the problem. It's the walking that's the symptom they address for me. If it's caused by a shortage of sleep, then I find that the glasses don't make any difference. But then nothing would, apart from sleep, because you need the sleep. A lot of repair work goes on in the brain during sleep. And if I'm only getting 4 hours, as I have been recently, it's not surprising I can't walk properly all the time. But there was one night in particular when I couldn't walk, and I put the glasses on and I could walk. And I did it late at night, 5 to midnight. I was tired, but I had to get that on video because it was so remarkable. Glasses off. I'm running out of energy. Look how hard the walking is. Every inch is hard. I'm about 3 feet from the glasses to reach for them. Now see, the glasses are on. And look at this. And back. Amazing. There was another time when I was able to walk outside, better with the glasses than without. The difference there was not as marked as it was on that night that I've told you about, but I showed it to somebody else, and they could see that there was a difference in the walking. You could hear it. It was a gravel path. The gravel made a certain noise which was quite irregular without the glasses. With the glasses, you could see that it was smoother and better. I didn't use them correctly, it turns out. I was trying to put the line on the floor. And to put the line on the floor, you have to put your head forward. And if you put your head forward, that makes the walking even more difficult because your center of gravity shifts. You need to be upright. The head needs to go back. I didn't discover this until 10 months after I got the glasses. I think it was so obvious that I should do that it was taken for granted that I would. But when I started to use them properly, I found the posture improved and I was able to lead with my heel when walking rather than the toes. That is a big part of the problem, not leading with the heel. When I first contacted the people who make these glasses available, I was really surprised to have Scott McLeod answer the phone. And it was a Sunday, I think. And I said, "This is a remarkable service." And it turns out he's a remarkable man. He's founded this company. He has a mission to get these glasses out to the world and for people's lives to be improved. He's utterly committed to that. He's so easy to talk to. There's a community that he's built. And we meet every Monday evening by Zoom. And we discuss the glasses and how things can be improved. The service that we get as users of these glasses is second to none. If there's the slightest problem, we just have to contact Scott and he sorts it straight away. I wear spectacles and the glasses have to be worn over the top of them. That requires a bit of maneuvering, but you quickly get used to doing it. Everyone will be different because they have different glasses. But Scott's glasses, the Strider glasses, are all pretty much the same. He was able to position the yellow bar lower down for me, which helped, and I could now wear them and see the bar despite having spectacles on. Those who are thinking about trying the glasses and are not sure, there's absolutely nothing to lose. They could change your life, but if you don't try them, they won't change your life. There's a free trial, and you don't get charged anything until the 4th week. 3 weeks is more than enough time to see if they do something for you. They've made such a difference to so many people that you really should try them.